All right, Drew Gerber here. I'm the CEO of Wasabi, and I thought it would be a good idea to actually check in with some of my peeps and see how they're dealing with this whole crisis, how they're riding the wave. Given we've worked from home for a long time. So, Haley, thanks for taking this time with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me.
Now, I was thinking, how long have we actually worked together?
Gosh, I think since winter of 2016, so a little over 4 years.
Over 4 years. Wow, it's a long time. And in that time, you've always worked from home, as we do. Shannon's the only one that goes into the office. The rest of us work out of our home. So I'd love to know. So even though we work from home, it still is kind of disruptive for us. So I'd kind of like to know what have been your biggest disruptions and how you've solved those if you have, and if you have not, that's fine too. Just where are you at?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's interesting. I love working from home. I love having a home office, and I thrive in that space of being able to put my head down and do my work. I'm also a mother to an 11-year-old, and what that looks like during summer break is she's out playing with her friends, doing activities, taking a class.
Yeah.
Sometimes being at home too. She's also self-sufficient very much when she's here. Um, but it's been a challenge. Because we've had to navigate a little bit trying to figure out um, her online schooling schedule because
Mhm.
her school is actually doing a pretty decent job of keeping up with the kids during the school week.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, I mean, I'm lucky that she's 11 and she's able to, we get the pieces in place and she's able to roll with that. I've definitely heard different stories from my friends with much younger children,
Yeah.
so I think she's doing great with that. I do see her having a degree of boredom and squirreliness and knocking on my door more than she would during a summer break. So,
Yeah.
I'm definitely balancing my own work schedule with that. Yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing that? How are you balancing? Are you finding that you have to there's more flexibility? I'm just kind of curious.
Well, I feel like in our house, it's a lot about communication.
Mm,
So, for example, this time we have together right now, I let her know, hey, I'm going to be in a meeting and I'll check in with you as soon as my meeting's done and see if you need some lunch or
yeah.
see if you need anything from me about your schoolwork.
Mm,
So communication's been really good. Um, Also, creating some schedule for her of here's your school time, here's your creativity time, here's your screen time,
yeah.
um, and giving her something to focus on that's her new normal. So it's not just a free for all. helps
Yeah.
helps us both work a little better. Yeah.
Have you done the same thing? Curious, have you done the same thing for yourself?
Oh gosh, that's a fun
Uh,
question.
I'm asking that because I'm doing that for myself because I noticed the first week. The first week that I was kind of I think we're going on week 4 here. The
Yeah.
first week was just kind of a free for all. I mean, I downed a bottle of Jack Daniels. I downed a half bottle of vodka. I was drinking every night. I was Netflix binging, and I come to the realization called, holy cow! I need to actually set up another structure because I don't have certain structures in place that keep certain conversations in existence for me. So it was just kind of like I'd come to work, go home, drink. Yeah. So just curious.
That all sounds very familiar. Yes, my red wine intake has gone up for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd say just this past week and a half, um, I've really noticed something similar as far as, okay, I've got to plant my feet on the ground here. I've
Yeah.
got to just balance myself a little bit more. So I've been trying to regulate my sleep schedule a little bit more. I've been trying to, get outside when I can. Um, and, also, I think a lot of it is also just being nice to myself. I think when we're in a place of
Mm,
not sure what's happening next, we reach for things like zoning out on Netflix or having that extra glass of wine. Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
and some of it's just stepping into a practice of focusing on, hey, I'm okay right now. And I have my work in front of me. And what self care thing can I add in today? Or
Mm,
or what mindset can I focus on shifting a little bit to feel better in this moment? Those are some of the things that are starting to come up for me. And also, I'd also say, trying to not pick on myself for like, okay, we're in quarantine. Why haven't I like reorganized my entire house and gotten my
right.
shit together? But it's like, so being okay with yourself too, wherever you are.
I love that. Yeah, I was on. We did family Zoom calls for Easter, and my sister-in-law was like, all my closets are organized. Da, da, da. I'm like, it wouldn't
Right.
even dawn on, like I've had a mild like, oh, maybe I should clean out my supplement thing and everything like that. But I love that. Yeah, I think love being kind to yourself. I also love one of the things you said about, I think it's a moment to moment,
Yeah.
and actually anytime you can stop and interrupt. I call it the doomsday disorder. I wrote about it in my book, The Doomsday Disorder, which, I have OCD. So that ruminating stuff, right? Brrr. Anytime you can just stop, I'm fine in this moment. My daughter's fine in this moment and everything. I think the more that we can practice that simple thing, I think is really, really powerful for us. I think that's great.
Me too.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else that you think would be, valuable to share with people? I mean, I think, for us that have worked from home, I know it's a disruption for us, but we we have certain structures in place that we don't even think about now. So is there any structures that you have in place that may not have changed, but people that are now working from home may not even really think about?
Something that has always been crucial for me, and people might have this whether they work from home or not, I don't know. I'll just share it just in case it's helpful. But
Yeah.
and hopefully not everyone cringes when I say Excel spreadsheet.
Ah!
But I promise it's really an easy Excel spreadsheet. I keep my to-do list in Excel and I color code things to alert me to, hey, this is what I have to do today, no matter what.
Mm,
Here are the things that are due tomorrow, and here are the things that are in progress. Here are the things that are complete. And being able to have a visual reference that allows me to check in at the start of my day, see what I need to focus on. When I complete that, see what things I could dig in to get a good start on tomorrow.
yeah,
Or sometimes be able to say, wow, I have a light day today. It's okay for me to go take a walk. It's okay
yeah.
for me to take a step back, do a meditation, read a little bit. Um, it's not, you know, it's not about push, 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 no matter what. So that list helps me stay grounded in my process and my accountability in a good way, and I think it's helpful.
I love that. I think that that's really great. It actually reminds me of something, a practice that I used to do that I haven't done, which would be really powerful. So it's interesting is that, people have different kinds of accountability. So you are dealing with a lot of details and managing a lot of pieces. I, on the other hand, I'm kind of like in marketing sales. So I've got to generate it. I don't have a lot of details. It's just kind of thing. But one of the things that I did is I would like meditate or the first thing in the morning. What were the 3 things that I was going to accomplish today, which would have the biggest impact?
I love that.
And I had forgot about that. So thank you, Haley. You sharing about that really. I'm not going to put it on an Excel spreadsheet, just to be clear,
It's
because
not
I'm
everyone.
yeah, it's not for most people. Just saying. No, I love it. But for me, yeah, I love the visual though, right? And I think it's really great. And I love the visual about checking out. I like writing. I'm still a writer. So I like writing and highlighting and all of that stuff. That's really, really useful. I think it's creating that structure for you, whatever your accountability is. I think that is really, really important. It does have you feel grounded. And you said it before, I love it. Planting your roots. You said something like finding a place to stay or something. You said something, I was like, yeah, that's really what's needed now is that grounding. And that's really great.
Well,
So
and it also gives you a feeling of accomplishment. It's like if I accomplish the things that I have highlighted in this specific way, then I have done my deeds. I have accomplished this, I have moved things forward, and that feels good. It feels good to cross things off your list.
I think you get into momentum.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things when I actually worked for Landmark, and my manager told me, she said, and I was young there, and I was just out of college. She said, "Oh, hey, baby. Oh,
Company.
sweet baby." Like, hello. There you go. Now I know how you remain calm. I love that. But she told me, she said, every day, one of the things, assignments she gave me, she said, every day, she said, I want you to actually accomplish something before you come to work. She said, I don't, it doesn't matter what it is, make your bed, whatever it is for you. And I'd forgotten about that too, but I think that that's really great is every day because momentum happens.
Yes.
And I think when you, the end of the day, and you see that list, I think it carries on to your, your personal life. I think you like, look, okay, what are healthier choices during the night? So I love that.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
actually winds down too. Like you're not
Yeah.
sitting there, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. You can
Yeah.
actually step back and take some personal time.
So valuable. This has been amazing. I adore you. I
Thank
thank you for taking this time with me. I appreciate it. It has given me a number of ahas that I'm going to put into practice.
you.
Woo! Bye, Haley. Thank you.
Thank you so much.